Hi, I'm pretty sure I'm live. I really never know with Facebook. So I'm just going to chat and get my phone up so I can see who's actually joining. And then I'm gonna start talking about my experience. It looks like maybe it worked. That's so great. The only thing is I can't really see who's on. There we go. Okay. Hey everybody, it's Morgan with This Empowered Mom, your friend, your fellow mom, and someone who keeps it real. So, like I said, I'm trying to multitask here, not multitask, but I want to see if I can see who's watching, so I can answer your questions. And yay, okay, I'm watching myself and watching myself. Crazy. So anyway, I had a bucket list item of having my colors analyzed. And I hear from my mom and some of my older friends that this was something that was super popular in the 70s and 80s and is really, really popular in the South. That they were doing color analyses. And if you're, oh, I think it's me watching. Hi, Corey. Thanks so much for letting me know you're here. Great to see you. And I was a Stella and Dot stylist for a little while for fun. And through that process, I started following a woman on Instagram named Mackenzie Hollick. She was also a Stella and Dot stylist and really, really successful. And I loved her style. And she's fair like me, has blonde hair. And I thought, oh, how great, I can follow her and get styling tips. And then one of her friends uh, bought a House of Color franchise, and House of Color does these color analyses. And then Mackenzie bought a House of Color franchise, and so I was constantly seeing all of these amazing before and afters. And I said, you know what? I want to do that for myself because I am really fair. I also am a little bit, I have like yellow undertones and warm undertones. And I used to be a stress shopper. So whenever I was feeling really anxious or stressed or needed a release, I would go shopping. And I wasn't a shopping addict. I did take a couple of quizzes because I was worried that I might be. It was a pastime. It was kind of a hobby. It was something I could do. I could buy a new shirt and I would be like, "Yay, look at me. I got a new shirt." And I would feel good. And I found that I would buy a lot of things on sale. And so I wasn't necessarily buying things that looked great on me, brought out my skin tone or my eye color. And I bought a lot of dusty mauves and pinks. My mom always told me that I could never wear a yellow, which it turns out is kind of true. And so I wanted to do this for myself. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to look and see if she has any appointments. And I looked, and lo and behold, amazingly, she had an appointment on a Saturday. It was this past Saturday. Corey hates shopping. Well, I don't shop as much anymore, Corey, because I realized I was kind of doing it to buffer, and I have other. Um, and with the pandemic, I like to try things on. So anyway, but I will shop for you. Call me. And so I scheduled an appointment. I didn't really know what to expect. I had an idea of what my colors might be. And I think my why for wanting to do this is that I'm trying to be more intentional about the things in my closet. My closet is full of lots of things that I was never wearing, things that I bought on sale but still had the price tag on them. And I did a clean your closet challenge with another woman named Kaylee Hackney, and she's also a really fun Instagram follow. And I realized that I had big, huge sections of clothes in my closet that I never wore, and they were all kind of in the same color families. And when I did wear them, and I saw myself on camera or in pictures, then I would think, oh, I don't like the way I look, and ugh, maybe I shouldn't be wearing that. So I thought I'm going to settle that debate once and for all, and I'm no longer going to buy clothes in colors that don't work for me. So onto the process. I drove all the way to San Angelo. I didn't even know where in Texas that was, and quite honestly, I didn't even really research it. I live in Austin. Turns out it is 200 miles away, and a little over a 3 hour drive. I have a new blog post on my drive there because I got pulled over. And that's a whole nother conversation for another day. Today we're talking about the colors that you wear. I got there. There was one other woman, and Mackenzie, and she is as sweet as can be, so down to earth, so kind, and a total style maven, in my opinion. And I had watched her transformation after getting her color analysis done, as a blonde who was super warm, like she had really golden blonde hair, wore a lot of very muted, soft colors, more dusty pinks and mauves and mint greens and like really smoky blues and always a nude lip. And when I saw her transform into this woman who now has very cool blonde hair, wears bright colors, I thought, ooh, we're real similar. I wonder what that's going to be like for me. So I got to see her transformation too. So on to the process. She is has a studio in beautiful natural light. You sit down and she identifies three things. First thing is if you are cool or warm. Then you find out what season you're in. And season, she says, could really be A, B, C, D. It's summer, spring, fall, winter, according to this particular color science. And that's really kind of arbitrary. So when I tell you what season I am, know that it doesn't really have anything to do with the seasons at all. It's just kind of a catch-all. So warm or cool, find out your season, and then find out your top colors. And Kelly, I don't know if you're watching, you had asked if you find out if there are colors you absolutely shouldn't wear. I will say roundabout the answer to that is yes, because you find out the colors that do really make your skin and your eyes and everything pop. And then if it's not in your season, you may not like look horrible if you wear it. This and so sounds so bad. Um, and when you see how the other colors work with kind of your whole package and all of your features, you probably won't want to wear that color again. So I was nervous. She started, so you get, she explains all the science behind it, kind of the different um, pigmentation and dyes and colors, which I thought was really fascinating. And then you get in the chair and you're in front of a mirror and you're staring at yourself. And I felt a little bit awkward. I was like, oh, I don't want to see myself, just staring at myself. So you get draped, you're in a drape, and then she starts laying colored drapes on you, all different colors, to determine if you are best in warm or cool colors. I was a little tricky, and so she had to do a couple of different, like multiple drapes at one time. And after laying all those drapes on, we learned I am cool. I am best in cool colors. So after that, she goes through all the cool colors. I mean, so many different colors, and it just goes kind of right around your neck so that there's nothing that would compete with your color. And that's how she determines which season you're in. And it turns out I am a winter, which I was super stoked about because winter is, I'll read it to you. I've got my book right here. Winters are clear, bright, vivid, or icy. So for me, the best colors are those that are fully saturated, so nothing really smoky, bright, and vivid, so high contrast. So like this pink that I'm wearing today is a perfect color for my season. And once she determines your season, then you go through every single color in that season and find your wow colors. So this is where it got super interesting for me. There are 36 colors in each season. So she says, don't think of it as taking colors away because every single season has neutrals and brights and basics. But Instead, think of it as adding colors that you may not have thought that you could ever wear. And that was certainly the case for me with one big surprise. Winter, interestingly, is the only color palette that includes black. So that scares a lot of women. They don't want to know because so many women love to wear black. It's easy. It's not necessarily that we love the way that we look in it, but we've been told like black is slimming, black is elegant, black is easy, black goes with everything. And when it comes to clothing, that isn't necessarily true. Winters can wear black, although not many winters have black as like their number one color to wear, and I didn't either. So here are my what we call like 2-star 100% colors. I could wear them head to toe. If I were wearing a suit, I could wear it in 100% this color. If I had an event and I needed to wear a gown, I could wear it in 100% this color. Mine are charcoal. So that's my best neutral, is a really deep saturated charcoal gray, not like a smoky blue gray, but a really deep charcoal gray. Indigo, love. Electric blue, which is also cobalt blue. Lobelia, which is a really rich purple. Magenta, duh. Cerise, which is another pink. Scarlet, which is a really true red. Acid yellow. What? That was the biggest surprise for me. I have not worn yellow my entire life. And my mom said that when I was a baby, she put like a yellow dress on me, and I immediately looked super jaundiced and sick, like I needed to go to the emergency room. And we did put that yellow on me, and it did the same thing. But this acid yellow, which think like highlighter yellow, really totally different. Never would have known. So if you see me around town, maybe you'll see me in highlighter yellow. Turquoise blue, lagoon blue, and light emerald. So all colors that I love, all colors that are pretty easy to find. And in addition to those wow colors, all of these other colors that I mentioned, 36, are somewhere on my color spectrum, and I kind of know how to wear them. I know that for some of them, I could do like 75%. So like a little black dress, or, skirt and cardigan. Others are 50%. So like a top or a bottom. And then my one that's a 25% is ice lemon. Not too surprising, but that would be a great like accessory or a pop of color or something like that. So I think in true Morgan form, I got all this information and I was like, I have to act on it. And one thing that she told us over and over and over again is give yourself grace. This kind of transformation of wearing only the colors that are in your season doesn't happen overnight. And more than like wholesale making this change, it's really about knowing what works best for you, and then learning about how to incorporate color into your wardrobe, whether it's within your makeup, your clothes, your accessories. Metals, we talk about metals, so silver and white, gold, and platinum metals are best for my skin tone, which is interesting because I have a lot of gold, but I also do have a lot of like on the silvery side. um, so it's taking it one step at a time, starting really like going from head to toe. So starting with, if you wear makeup, some changes in your makeup. That was another big surprise and kind of like what for me is that my skin tone is much better with grays and taupes and a color called mole as neutrals versus these browns and golds. And I have worn like brown and gold eyeshadow forever. And sometimes I'll look back to pictures of myself in college, which was in the early 2000s. I'm like, gosh, my eyes were so bright. Well, it's because everybody wore purple eyeshadow then. If you're still watching, how many, I mean, did you not wear purple eyeshadow in the early 2000s? Well, it turns out that's actually a really good color for me because it brightens my eyes. And maybe that's why I looked so fresh, or maybe it was because I was like 20 years younger. But anyway, in general, I thought the process was so interesting. I walked away with a wallet of colors, and they're sending me a different one in the mail because they're something with their plastic manufacturer anyway. So this is kind of a make good, but I've got these cards and they're double sided and they're numbered and they've got all of my colors on them. So you can see, like I'm flipping them. So all my colors. So if I were shopping, I could go and say, I'm looking for a pink dress. I could bring these cards and I could match them up and say, yes, this is a pink that I know is going to, without a doubt, work for me. And also, all these colors harmonize together. So if you're looking for color combinations or if you like color blocking, super helpful. So did it meet my expectations? 100%. I thought it was totally worth it. Did I get really in my head and go all out type A mode when I got home and looking at my closet and being like, oh my God, I can't wear that anymore? Yes, I did. Did I need to do that? No, I didn't. Because the truth is, it's not like I've been a walking disaster. And if I really love something and it has sentimental value or I feel really amazing in it, then I'm still going to wear it. That being said, I am a lifelong learner. I love information. I think fashion is totally fascinating, and I'm on camera a lot more than I used to be. I'm in front of people a lot more than I used to be. And so for me, the value of having a quick, easy way to buy clothes that I know are going to complement my skin tone was totally worth it. So, thanks for tuning in. I had an awesome time. Check out my latest blog if you're interested on my experience getting pulled over. It was truly kind of a mindfulness exercise for me in privilege, and like I said, that's a conversation for another day, another time. We're talking about fashion today. So hit me up with your questions, send me a message. If you have the time to drive to San Angelo, it's a beautiful drive, and Mackenzie is amazing. I don't think you'll regret it. The next thing I want to do is actually a makeup consult, but you'll notice I'm doing this bold lip and it's so fun. I'm trying to get used to it, but again, with winters, it's bright, vivid, and high contrast. So this kind of a bold lip really makes my other features pop. For you this weekend, I hope you have an awesome one. I think it's going to be raining in Austin all weekend, so hopefully you have a good book and your kids have some fun toys to play with so that it's not 24/7 mom's in charge of our entertainment festival. Have a really, really good one. And how could I forget? Stay tuned because I am launching my first public masterclass. It's a sustainable self-care class. It is scheduled for Wednesday, May 26th at 12:30 p.m. Central Time. You can register on my website. Actually, there's a tab for it. It's Self-Care Masterclass. And I'm going to be sharing all that information with you in this group and on Instagram. And I would love to see you in that masterclass. And I will talk to you all soon. Have an awesome, awesome weekend. Bye. Bye.